Could the last word be one of the best pre-Prohibition classic cocktails? Keep watching and let's talk drinks and you can find out. Hi everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to make the last word cocktail. Now this is one of my favorite cocktails that I've been drinking probably for the last year or so. The thing with this one though is it's very, very boozy. Not only is it boozy, the recipe is pretty old as well. We go back to the first written reference is Ted Saucier's book in 1951, and it was called Bottoms Up. In his book he says, courtesy of Frank Fogarty at the Detroit Athletics Club. And he says that at that time they'd been making it for about 30 years. So that kind of takes us just before Prohibition. Now apparently it was extremely popular around Prohibition time, but unfortunately it kind of got lost for many, many years, and it wasn't until a fellow by the name of Murray Stenson at Zigzag Cafe in Seattle, he found the recipe and put it on the cocktail menu. Now what happened is a lot of the regulars started drinking that last word, enjoyed it, and started spreading out to other parts. It got all the way to San Francisco, New York City, eventually London. Now it's Australia, pretty much any country in the world. If you ask for a last word, that cocktail bartender better know the ingredients because it's very easy to make. There's not a lot of ingredients in it, and it is considered one of the all-time classic gin cocktails nowadays. Now, what are the actual ingredients? 4 ingredients, equal parts. Now, I think I'm going to make it with, I'm just going to do full shots, okay? It's 9 o'clock in the morning here at Geelong at the 18th Amendment Bar, and this is going to be my first cocktail of the day. So for that first ingredient, I'm going to use 30 mils or 1 ounce of the Mary LeBone gin. Next up, 30 mils or 1 ounce of green Chartreuse. Now, as you can see, this is going to be a pretty strong cocktail because that Mary LeBone dry gin that I put in is at about 50% ABV. The Chartreuse is 55% ABV. Thankfully, the next ingredient, 30 mils or 1 ounce of a Maraschino Liqueur, isn't so strong. Oh, I've got to see what the ingredient, what the percentage is, 32%. So actually it's still pretty high for a liqueur. And last but not least, to add a little bit of sourness to this cocktail, 30 mils or 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. That's it. We'll add some ice, give it a really good shake. I really do wonder how many other forgotten classics are out in these books that taste just as good as this, but we're just not really drinking them. We're going to double strain that into a chilled glass. This is a Nick and Nora. And for my garnish, just a maraschino cherry. I like using the Luxardo. They're fantastic. Now we've tried making our own maraschinos. I've tried different brands, but for some reason the Luxardo, I find the ones that we always keep going back to. Okay, let's give it a try. Good morning here and happy breakfast, I guess. Yum. Now, I've drank many of these. What I love about this cocktail, number one, is there's something about the flavour in the maraschino liqueur that I'm just not a fan of. However, in this cocktail, it's perfect. And I've actually tried subbing it out with other different things like peach liqueurs and elderflower, but the maraschino liqueur definitely makes this cocktail. That lime juice is balancing out that cocktail perfectly. The Chartreuse is definitely coming through. That gin with the Mary LeBone, I think is great. Even though it's already a boozy cocktail, but just that extra 10% ABV in the gin helps it pop through as well. It's a perfectly balanced cocktail, and I really think you should try it. If you find that this is too strong for you, you can make versions that are 20 mils or 2/3 of an ounce of each. They are equal parts. Guys, if you haven't tried the last word, you really need to. Keep an eye out. We are going to do a video of a few different variations of the last word. Guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's free. It helps out the channel. Like, comment below. Do you have a variation of the last word? And please, guys, stay safe. We'll see you soon, and let's talk drinks.